Have you ever witnessed your dog giving the hiney scoop across the floor? Well, guess what? They're not wiping their butts. They're trying to... Hi all, Michelle here from VetMedics. So I get a call the other day from one of my clients. She was sitting at home with her dog watching TV and, hanging out. All of a sudden, she smells this smell, as she called it. So she calls me up. Oh my God, I'm sitting here with my dog, and all of a sudden she starts licking her behind, and there's this offensive odor. What is that? So I ask her, well, what does it smell like? She said, I don't know, this fishy, rotten, yucky smell. Ah, I say, I know exactly what that is. Anal glands. Anal glands? What are those? They are actually scent glands that are located in a dog's rectum. If you think of a clock on the wall and you look at the 4 and the 8 o'clock position on the clock, that's where the anal glands are located. It's just part of a dog that has been passed down as the dogs have been domesticated through the years. It's basically a dog's scent. When you're at the dog park or, walking past and your dogs meet along with other ones and they're smelling each other's rear, they're smelling their scent. So if you think about it, it's kind of like us humans shaking hands. So say you're walking into a new environment, a party, a meeting, something like that, and you're in a certain mood, you feel happy, confident, walk in, and you notice the people there are uptight, they're very serious and not happy. That kind of changes the whole demeanor, right? Your face changes, all that. So when you're bringing your dog, say, into a dog park and he's all excited to go, he's rearing and happy and excited, wagging his tail and jumping all over the place, and you get into the park and all of a sudden these other dogs are here and he stops and stands still, and the other dogs are sniffing him and he's sniffing their butts if they will let him. So it kind of changes their personality all of a sudden. They have to adjust. When they smell each other's scent glands, they can almost detect what's going on with them, what their mood is, if they're scared, if they're nervous, if they're happy, things like that. Just like us reading each other's faces. I just want to let you know that's not the only way that dogs read each other's personality and what they're feeling. Body language does have most information in it, so let's not forget that. But definitely smelling each other's scents does give them a pretty good idea as to how other dogs will be. Have you ever witnessed your dog giving the hiney scoop across the floor? Sometimes these anal glands, when they are not expressed regularly, as in when dogs go to the bathroom, number 2, they can fill up and become impacted and not be able to empty anymore. And that's where we start seeing some issues. They're not wiping their butts. They're trying to express their anal glands or relieve some of that pressure that they're feeling from those glands being so filled up. So you don't have to check behind them, but you can if you want to. So what signs can you look for to see if your dog is having issues with their anal glands? As we just said, they may be scooting across the floor. You will actually see them trying to lick their behind a little bit because that will help relieve the pressure, as gross as that sounds, but that's what they do. And you also may notice that foul, unique, fishy odor quite often. So how do we fix this? Well, most of the times we have to bring the dog into the veterinarian to get them cleaned out. That requires a technician or a doctor going in and manually expressing those anal glands. And if you're brave enough, you don't necessarily have to take your dog into the veterinary hospital to have this done. You certainly can learn how to do it safely and effectively at home. If you want to try to attempt this at home, you should definitely be taught by a veterinary professional on how to do this safely and effectively, because we do have to kind of go inside of the dog's rectum a little bit to empty the glands. So as I described earlier, if you're thinking of a clock at the 4 and 8 o'clock position, that's where the anal glands are located, just inside the dog's rectum. And what they feel like is a small grape. But the items that you need to have at home to do this in a cleanly manner, you definitely want gloves and some lubricant and some paper towels, and afterwards you're going to want some soap and water. After you put your glove on and apply a little bit of lubricant, basically what you want to do is kind of put one finger slightly into the rectum, and you kind of feel along that 4 or 8 o'clock position, and with your outside thumb you kind of want to squeeze that area together, and what you will feel is like a small grape if they are full. And when pushed, they should easily express, but sometimes they can fill up with a very thick fluid, and that's when they become impacted or they're not able to be expressed. And that's where we can see some issues. Actually, a lot of dogs, they can get infected, and what can happen is they abscess or they almost rupture, and you see like a little opening or hole draining all that infection out. That is definitely something that cannot be treated at home. They do need to see a veterinarian to help. If you want to learn more or want a demonstration on how this can be done, just leave a comment below. Please make sure to like and share, and also subscribe.